on your 2015 Ram or whatever vehicle you're working on, if you ever pulled off your intake and your thread strip from the factory, they drill, they screw it right into the manifold, no inserts or anything. And yeah, I put a 90mm throttle body on it about 1.5 years, and it went back together good, no problems. It worked. Had to do a cam swap and everything, pulled it off, pressure washed my intake, cleaned it inside and out, and mounted the throttle body back on it. And I was using the old gasket. Well, in my gasket kit, I realized that I had a brand new gasket. When I tried to put it in, install the new gasket and torque it down with the regular bolts that come with the for the throttle body, it stripped out. So what I'm going to install is these brass inserts, and you need a 60-watt soldering iron with the M6 brass insert. Now, these screws will not fit these inserts. What I mean is the stock screws won't fit the inserts. You have to go get a M6 with thread pitch of 1.00, and it make sure it's the right length or just a little bit smaller, and then drill your hole. And what I did was I put a piece of tape on how far these inserts need to go in, and well, it's not sticking now, but I put a drill bit, a line level on my drill, taped it, which I'm going to retape it before I drill this, and I'm going to show you how to drill this and install it. Now, the sweet spot of these brass inserts for me was 780 degrees, and how I told this, or I could tell this, was I just kept turning up the temperature until it started melting into my manifold right there. But I thought 780 would be a little bit too hot, but it's not, and it works flawlessly. Make sure you drill straight and you press these inserts straight. I've got this sponge that fits in here just perfect, and well, almost perfect. That kind of helps any kind of shavings. Now, you want to go slow, and I'm going to try to hold a camera and this drill straight and see how we're doing. Okay, I can't drill it straight, but holding the camera, so I'm going to drill it, and then I'll show you how to put in the brass insert. All right, you also want to take a little bit bigger bit and just kind of, I don't know what you call it, widen out the top so the plastic don't, when the insert goes in, it doesn't have a rigid plastic on like my first one. So we're going to try this and see if this works any better. You want to clean out your hole, make sure there's no plastic in it, and you may have to take a piece of sandpaper and file this the ridge off of it, but you want to make sure it's flat. And what we're installing are these, and this little smooth section is what you want your drill bit to for it to go into. Basically, I just used a piece of wood, drilled into it, made sure the collar, that collar right there, smooth section, goes in the hole and it sits flat. So what you want to do is put it in there like that. Alright, I know the filming's not that great. I'm trying to do this and hold a damn a soldering iron. Also, I'm using a wooden dowel flat to press it in. Once it gets about 90%, 99 or whatever. Right, here we go. Oh, well, I messed up. I hit the button, and I guess when I was pushing it in, and the temperature went down, so it didn't actually, wasn't at 780. So we're going to get back to it. Give me 1 minute. It doesn't take long for this soldering iron to heat up. I think I got the brass insert kit and this soldering iron all in one for, I think it was less than 30 bucks. So we're going to give it a second to heat up. It don't take too long for it to heat up. Not really. All right, here we go. Let's try this. Come on. There it goes. Make sure you're pressing in straight. Come on, get in there, damn you. There you go. Sorry. I was trying to find a place to put the soldering iron. I guess I'm just going to hold it. All right. Now, don't know if that's flush, so we're going to hit it again. Shit, sorry. Trying to pay attention what I'm doing. There we go. I know that's it. It may have cooled off. Damn it. Alright. These are the bolts that I use, or that I'm using, and they well, I got some shit down in the threads, but this is the first one. I got to clean them threads out. But there you go. And I'll show this throttle body mounted down after I do these other two. But that's the gist of it. But they're M6. And the thread pitch of the stock ones, which they're coarse thread, is M6 1.00. I don't know if the stock factory ones, which I doubt, is not what fact. I'm sure they're not that, because they won't screw into the brass inserts. But that's the size you need, and that's how you do it. So I'll show you me mount my throttle body up once I get everything done. Okay, we're back. I got my 4 inserts installed. I got a new gasket instead of that white one. That one's old. It probably has 20,000-30,000 miles on it, maybe. I don't know, but it was old. It is the original one. And these inserts, I had to reheat them up and sink them a little bit deeper. And I took a razor blade knife, laid it flat, and shaved off the plastic to get it as smooth as possible. But that thick gasket should collapse and take out any imperfection in those brass inserts as long as it bolts down. So here's the truth. Find out, see if it works. All right, there's some locking pins right there that you got to make sure that it's sitting down perfect. So let's make sure that they're in there. All right, and we're sitting in flat. So here we go. Let's find out, see if this sucker's going to work. All right, let's see. I'm doing this by hand just to make sure. All right, that one's in. I'm going to set this one back here, which it probably don't matter. But that one's in. Make sure it's not raising up the carburetor any. I don't think it is too much. I got this one back here. Make sure that one screws in by hand. That one screwed in, and we're going to try this one. Come on, baby, get in there. I believe these torqued down to 7 to 9 pounds. I don't know what that is in inch pounds. I'm fixing to Google it and find out. But these seem like they're going down there pretty good. I watched a YouTube video. Don't know exactly who it was, but he was doing different hole depths to try to get these inserts to screw down. And, well, not screw down. The best way for them to press in, what size. And he figured out that collar. That collar, smooth collar, is what you want. And he also had some kind of test tool that where he pulled out the brass inserts. It wasn't on a manifold. It was pretty whatever, that plastic printing. I can't remember what it is. I know what it is. I just can't think of it. But it had a pull force. Pulling out of the boss. He had it in slow motion out of the plastic after he heat seated it, and it was like 300 pounds, which is hard to believe, but he showed it in slow motion at the point of breaking loose. It was 300 pounds. So at 7 to 9 foot-pounds, these shouldn't be a problem. So hope this helped out somebody, and if this works, hopefully I'll start my truck tomorrow, and I might do another video. But good luck on your build.